we're back with another reading vlog, and we're back with another romance fantasy book because I just literally, it seems like I can't get enough. That's low-key what it feels like, low-key what it seems like. Anyways, today we're going to be reading, well, this is going to take place over a few days, hopefully less than a week, unlike Iron Flame. But today, or today's video, because this can take me more than just a day to read, hopefully. Maybe it won't, you never know. But today, we're going to be starting a new series trilogy. I don't know what this is, I just know that it's like something. I found this YouTuber, her name is 𝙎𝙬𝙘𝙞𝙖𝙡, and she makes book videos, book YouTube shorts. And there was this book that she mentioned like in most of her recommendational videos, and it was between Deadly Occupants, I think it was called, or Heir of Broken Fate. And I was always just like she's always showing off these specific books. Are they like literally so good? On Heir of Broken Fate, she literally had like a little blue cute bow on like the corner of the book on the spine, I believe, and it was just so cute. And I was just like, what's so special about these books? And so one day I was watching one of her YouTube shorts and I was like, this name of the author looks pretty familiar, and I just could not put my finger on anywhere. Hello. So I watched her videos for months and months and months, and I was like, this name looks genuinely familiar. Like, where do I know this name from? Because I feel like I've seen this name Mad Rafferty before. Girl, that's the woman you was literally subscribed to. So I was watching her like talk about these books non-stop in her YouTube shorts because I mainly watch YouTube shorts because that's literally what I had time to do. And she'd be in the videos like, oh, like, these are the books you should read if you like romance fantasy, or like if you like thrillers and stuff like that. And I was just like, this name 𝙎𝙬𝙘𝙞𝙖𝙡, I've heard this name before, but I've never read these books. Where do I know this name? And one day I was just like, let me put two pieces together. I looked at her channel name, it said Mad Rafferty. I looked at the book, it said Mad Rafferty. And there was one book in particular that really caught my attention. Deadly Occupants by, I think it's called Deadly Occupants. Deadly Occupants. And I really wanted to get that one. But, you know, when it comes to a thriller, people can write it so right, or they can write it so wrong. I've had my fair share of amazing thriller books, and I've also had my fair share of not so amazing thriller books. So I was scared. Like, I just got out of a reading slump. Do I want to get back into another one by reading a possibly not so great thriller book? Which I'm not saying that it's not good. I haven't read it yet. I was just scared because, you know, like, there's like certain genres where it's like, there's certain genres or like certain things that people can write, and it's like you cannot tell if the book will actually be good based off of the synopsis or not, because the synopsis sounds good, but the synopsis for The Obsession and I'm Watching You also sounded really good, and I did not like those books at all. So, you know, I was just like, I don't want to risk a thriller, because, you know, I haven't read a thriller since I read I Am Watching You. I love thrillers. Like, come on, Leave the World Behind was a flop. The Obsession was a flop, in my opinion, by the way. Like, I know a lot of people who love these books. The Obsession was a flop. Liar's Beach was okay. I really only found two thriller authors that I really like, and one of them is actually pretty problematic, so that's just amazing. No, three thriller authors, but one of them is really problematic, which is amazing. So, you know, I try not to openly support that person's books anymore, but I love the movie. Okay, so today we are going to be getting into a new series because you're gonna need something to do. She needs something to read, she needs some form of entertainment. And I want to see if I can find some new authors to read this month, because if this book is really good, then I will know that I have some more books to read during the summer, because I'm looking for my books to read during the summer. So please give a warm welcome to Heir of Broken Fate by Mad Rafferty. Now, this book has been on my TBR for the past 2 months. Past month. It was on my TBR last month, and last month I actually did a lot of sidetracks and basically went off of my TBR. Like, I read a lot of books that were not on my TBR. This was on my TBR, Sky Shake was on my TBR. I had a lot of books on my TBR last month that I did not get around to, but I was like, I really want to read this. I'm really interested, I really do. I just did not, because I was also filming the Iron Flame reading vlog all month, and I was like, I don't want to. I can read multiple books at once, mind you, I do that all the time, but I was like, I don't want to film 2 reading vlogs at once because I don't want the, you know, footage to get mixed up. And I didn't finish reading Iron Flame until March 31st, which you guys have already seen the reading vlog for that by the time that this comes out. I had already read, I finished Iron Flame March 31st, and I was not trying to start anything new. I did not read for the rest of that day. I just want you guys to know, because I had read from part 2. No, I read from the end of part 1, like 100 pages of part 1, part 2, and from there. So I did a lot of reading that day, and I was like, okay, I'm done reading for the day. And then boom, it's April 2nd. So yesterday, and hold on, I just want to show you guys something real quick. Yesterday and today I spent reading First Time Caller, which was a 5-star read for me. You guys will see this in the wrap up. Obviously I might make a video talking about this as well, but I spent all of yesterday. I got to about here yesterday and I got sleepy and said, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow because I only have like 100 something pages left. Barely 100 pages left, if anything. Like, if anything, it's 60 pages left. Woke up this morning, finished it, and I was like, I want to read something else because I didn't read a lot today. Because, you know, yesterday I read a bunch reading First Time Caller most of the day. You know, finished it in less than 24 hours, which says a lot because I started it last night and got that far. So I was like, okay, I want to read something else, but I kind of want to read a funny story. So it was between funny story, finale, or Heir of Broken Fate. Because I'm trying to clear out my TBR, because I barely touched my TBR last month. So I said, okay, funny story I've been wanting to read since the moment it came out. I was just waiting for the paperback, which I now have the paperback. But I was kind of like, I don't know. I just read a great romance book. There's a lot of mixed reviews for funny story. I don't want to ruin like the amazing thing that I have going right now. So I don't think I want to read a romance. So it's between 2 romantices, right? Finale or Heir of Broken Fate. And I thought, what would make me more excited to read? Because finale, just finished it. It's good. It's going well. I might start it today. Funny story today. I might start one of those today because I'm not going to be vlogging this 24/7. And I try to read because fantasy and romantasy, they're not my main genres. I just read normal romance or I read thrillers. I'm not big on fantasy, so I know sometimes when it comes to world building or just the world in general, I like to take breaks with normal romance books or thriller books because there's less world building and it hurts my brain less, you know? So I was like, okay, I could have funny story on standby or finale, because technically finale does not have any world building. It's a continuation from Caraval and Legendary, and I've already read both of those, and so I already know what the world is like. I just need to get used to the story after what's going on. But I was like, okay, I don't want to try and get used to something else because I have to get used to the new story now. And I was like, if I'm going to do a continuation, I don't want to have to get used to anything, not at this current moment, because, you know, I started a book where I didn't have to get used to too much. It was a cute fluffy romance, so I was like, if I'm going to get used to something, I'm going to do it with a new book, with a new series. I know that like explanation doesn't make any sense. It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. So I'm going to start Heir of Broken Fate by Matt Rafferty. I'm genuinely so excited for this. Let's see how many pages it is. There are 503 pages. What did I say in my TBR video? I said I cannot keep doing these big books back to back. I just finished Iron Flame. But then again, I kind of chose the book. I brought this upon myself. Plus, you cannot tell me that this does not sound interesting. Okay, we're going to start this. I've been yapping for a good 9 minutes. So we are going to start this book now. And I'll update you guys and update you guys. I promise I'm going to update you guys because I know you guys will come at me talking about some, well, you did the Iron Flame vlog and you didn't update us a lot. And 90% of the footage was not even you reading. It was you yapping about the book. And, you know, usually you add clips of you actually reading and stuff like that. Be quiet. I was enthralled in that story. I was not recording. Be ashamed of yourself for even daring to call me out on that. Long the first chapter is. It's 12 pages long. And I didn't see an audiobook on Spotify. I might have to double check. I have to double check Spotify. I don't know where I can find an audiobook because I'm in an audiobook mood. First Time Caller is forever the best audiobook that I've read, quality wise at least. So If there's an audiobook, I'll listen to the audiobook because I got stuff to get done. Because I gotta record. I have to record a video that's coming up before this. The ultimate spring TBR for y'all. So you guys have some books to read this spring. Because, you know, I don't leave you guys hanging. I don't know. You guys will see me when you see me. I'm excited though, low-key. I'm like low-key extremely excited for this book, really. Okay, so the thing is, I started filming this vlog about 2 weeks ago. I am yet to make any serious progress in this book. I'm only 50 pages in, and I've been sitting on the same page for the past week. And you know, I partially blame this book. I partially blame this book because what the actual heck? What, Lauren? Go watch that reading vlog, y'all, but what the actual heck? This book kind of had me broken. I finished this book on the 9th, and I just wrote my review today. Today is the 16th, y'all. That's how stunned this book left me. I couldn't write a solid review. I was flabbergasted, like genuinely. I was genuinely flabbergasted. I've been reminiscing over this book for like the past 7 days. But at the same time, I've been reading a manga, and I've been getting through that. Barely, but I've been getting through it. But then I pick this up, and I read a single paragraph, and I'm putting it down within the next 5 minutes, not making any progress. And I feel like the reason why is, I believe this is her debut novel, right? So the thing with debut novels is, it's extremely straightforward. Like, the plot, I see where it's going. It's not bad, but it's straightforward. And in a bad way, it's like either it's over explaining, it's repetitive, or it doesn't even give me room to imagine anything. And when I say this, it's like we see in the first few pages that, you know, her mom is very distant and what she calls lucid. We see the word lucid on a single page at least 4 or 5 times. Okay, and I was kind of just like, okay, but also, it doesn't even give us the chance to, you know, kind of guess, like, you know, I get it, like, she's saying random stuff, and, like, she's leaving people confused, and everybody's just like, and, you know, it kind of gives us the idea, like, oh, maybe she's gone crazy, or, like, she's off her meds, you know, that kind of stuff, and it doesn't leave any room for imagination. It's like, the second we're introduced to her, it's like, oh, yeah, my mom's lucid. So, I just feel like it's extremely straightforward, but not in the best way. Like, I like straightforward books where it's like, you know, we don't add too much fluff. We get straight to the point. I like that kind of straightforward. But this kind of straightforward is like, there is like no fluff at all, which I appreciate because I don't like a book that has too much fluff and it's not focused on the plot, but it's straightforward to the fact where it's extremely repetitive and, you know, we don't even have a chance to kind of guess what's going on before it's already being revealed to us. We don't have a chance to have room for imagination. We don't have a chance to have room to be curious, to wait for something because it's all immediate. Hold on, what page am I on? I am on page 60. Why has stuff that should be happening within 200 pages already went down? Like, this was my problem. Hold on. This was my problem with Nightbane, y'all, because Nightbane, within the first 100 pages, had like 20 different crazy events that happened, and I was so upset because I was like, this feels like it's rushed and it's too fast paced. It's very confusing because I cannot tell what is going on at what given moment because there's just too much going on at once. We need to slow it down. We need to calm down. We need to kind of focus more on the plot. We need to have much more room for imagination. And we need to, what's the word that I'm looking for? We need to not have so much going on within the first 100 pages. I get it, you know, but, you know, there's world building left to do. This is the first book, and I don't know if it's a saga, a trilogy. I know the third book comes out in May. I don't know if, like, with the book, with the fantasy book, for example, I'm gonna take my paper back because I'm not undoing that stack. I hate undoing the stack. With Powerless, we had at least 100 pages of world building. We got to get to know our character. We got to get to know the environment that she was in, the dangers that she was in, why she does what she does. You know, her journey, her progress, her backstory. Before we start to get into like the crazy action, that's what I want from this. I want world building. I want to meet the characters genuinely. Like, oh yeah, we see Easton, right? But what do we actually know about Easton besides the fact that he's the playful, funny best friend? And then we also we all we also see, that's her name, right? Delilah. We also see Delilah, but what do we know except for the fact that her dad is pretty crazy and she's pretty innocent and she saves people. We don't know much about their personalities. We see their strength. We see Delilah's weakness first of all, and we don't get to see like what are her motives besides we see that obviously we see her motives, but like what is her end goal, what is she hoping for, what is she wishing for, and what well, I guess you could say she's wishing for like the phase and everything. She's had multiple dreams. But when I'm saying what is she wishing for, I mean like what is her ending goal? What does she hope to get out of this? What actions does she plan on taking? Why does she make this decision? Why does she make that decision? Why this? Why that? Why this, that, and the third? I want to see more of that from Delilah. And we don't get to see a lot of that from Delilah or Easton. We barely get to see we can barely even understand the mother. Listen, because it goes from she's not lucid and then 5 sentences later it's like she's lucid. I want to know much more about the characters on a deeper level, not to the point where it's over explaining. I want to know the characters' personalities. I want to know what their goals are. I want to know what they're trying to obtain. I want to know what you know their passions are. What are they passionate about? What are they excited about? um what are their personalities like on a much deeper level? Because right now all we know about Easton is that he's really silly goofy, but he gets serious if his best friend's in trouble. We don't know what he likes. We don't know what he dislikes. We don't know this, that, and the third. And I want much more detail. See, with Powerless, we got what Peyton wanted. I feel like we could have. Hold on, what's happening on page 100? Let me just make sure that I'm not like talking absolute rubbish and gibberish. Yeah, around page 100. That was when, the trials had first started on page 100. Like page 98 is when the trials first started. But before that, we got to see, oh, what was Peyton passionate about? What did she want to get out of stealing? What did she want for her and Adina? What did she want for this, that, and the third? What was she passionate about? Who did she love? Who did she miss? We got that information. And I just want to say, for the record, I don't know if Matt Rafferty is going to watch this. I highly doubt it. But, you know, with this book, I like the plot. I like where it's going. I like the ideas. I like all of that. But I don't like fantasy, right? So I've been trying to read romantasy to get into that. I read Fourth Wing. I loved it. I read Powerless. I loved it. And I've read Lightlark. I loved it. Did not really like this book that much, but it's okay. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get into fantasy, and I thought that this book would be the great thing for it. And something that I see that helps me get into the fantasy books is the world building. And when it comes to any book, understanding the characters, their wants, their needs, their goals, their passions. And we don't get to see that a lot in this book. And so I'm just hoping that as it progresses, that it gets better, or at least in the second book. Because you gotta give the first two books a chance. Because the first book, it's their debut novel. It's either a hit or miss with the debut novels, okay? So you always have to go for the second novel. You have to go for this, that, and the third, because you got to make sure that this is something you're interested or not interested in. You cannot judge the author by their first book, because their first book ever is not going to be the most highly rated thing ever in the world. It's not going to be the greatest thing you've ever read in the world, because it's their first experience with writing, which is why I'm not being like too critical about this. Like, that's why, like, with Lightlark, I bypassed a few of the things that I didn't like, but with Nightbane, I was like, okay, honey, this is your second book. No, this isn't her second book. She's had books before this. So I thought Lightlark was her first book. It wasn't. But this one is not even her first book. That's why I was a lot more critical with this one. And then with Iron Flame, same thing with that. I was a lot more critical with that one because I knew for a fact Fourth One was not, her first book, but it was her first romantasy book. It was her first different fantasy books. So, that's why, like, there's some books I'm critical with, and there's others I'm not, because I'm pretty sure this is her debut novel. And with that being said, do way too much heavy, harsh criticism with a debut novel. You can give constructive criticism. It can be tough love, but I wouldn't recommend harsh or like really like tough and I don't like this and I don't like this and you need to change that and I hate this and I hate that and the third because it's their debut novel, y'all. What do y'all expect? It's not going to be a masterpiece. It's their first time writing a full-length book. But I'm just like coming up here because I haven't updated you guys at all and I want to. But I feel like this book could use a lot more. And I'm hoping we get to see that with the next 40 pages of this book. So yeah. It is a week later. And Matt Rafferty needs to be cancelled immediately. And if she's not, I will be really, really upset. You guys, we're not even 100 pages in. And Easton has already died. I'm holding back tears right now. You cannot tell, but I'm holding back tears right now. Mads Rafferty. Mads. Please, help me to understand why. And she had the nerve to go, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My voice cracks as I whisper, together forever. What kind of monster writes together forever? Rafferty. There was something else in here, like, we were so close to leaving. All he ever wanted to do was leave. He begged me to leave every day. All I needed was 10 minutes. 10 minutes and he would have been free. Oh my goodness gracious. Y'all, if this man does not come back alive before this book finishes, I think y'all, no. No, because this is like literally not fair at all. Hold on, this is not fair. You guys know what I've had to endure in the month of freaking April? I had to freaking read this book. In the month of April, I had to read the ending of this book. I have a spoiler reading vlog. I'm not going to mention what happens at the end of this book because, people are not going to expect, these spoilers, but I had to endure like 37 plot twists in this book. I had to endure deaths in this book that had me broken and crying and screaming and on the ground, just like, I had to endure Fearless. And I'm gonna freaking cry over Heir of Broken Fate. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I can make it. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can make it through the rest of this book. If Easton does not make a comeback before this book is over, I fear all hope will be lost for me. We're not even 100 pages in. We're only 81 pages in. Goodness gracious. She did this on purpose. Like, she genuinely did this on purpose. Like, I'm just sitting here watching Dance Moms and reading, because why not? I'm watching Dance Moms and reading. And then all of a sudden I come across the freaking he's not moving and I'm trying not to cry. It's not funny. It's really not. I don't know what to say. And she should definitely be ashamed of herself. Y'all, I want to say it's like 2 days later. And I fear that, like, this is literally going nowhere. Like, okay, I have, like, a lot of problems with the book. Not with the plot. Not with the characters. But more like the writing. Like, I can't get through it. What the freak is on my hat? It's like I can't get through it because of the writing. Like, I think it was chapter 8. Let's go to chapter 8 real quick. No, it was chapter 9. We get to chapter 9, and there's, like, no disclosure over who this is, right? Now, I get it. Maybe it's like a mystery character that you need to, you don't want to reveal to us yet, but you can at least put something like like something that signifies that it's not Delilah's point of view. Like, I read this entire chapter extremely confused because I was like, why is, first of all, Delilah doesn't have sisters? Talking about, why is Delilah talking about herself in the third person? Third of all, why does Delilah have a tail and scales? And I didn't realize it was not Delilah until I went to the second page, which I feel like is actually like, maybe it gives it the mystery aspect, but it really annoyed me because I was just like, okay, I went into this chapter thinking we were reading about Delilah, and that really annoyed me that we were not reading about Delilah, and we got no disclosure for that. Like, we did not know that this was not Delilah until after we finished it. So I'm kind of just like, okay, like, I really wish it was disclosed early on, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was disclosed a lot early on, then I wouldn't be confused, and I would not be as annoyed as I am right now. And so I continue to read, and I've only read 4 pages of this, chapter 10, right? Page 88 is what I'm on. And it's like on and off with this book. Like, it's on and off. Like, it's like 1 second the writing is immaculate. Like, it's like 1 second the writing is immaculate and I want to continue reading and I'm enthralled. The next second we're writing as if we are in preschool. I don't know. Like I said, I love the plot. I love the characters. It's just the writing that is killing me with this book. And so I went into a Discord server. I was like, okay, guys, I don't know what to do because I like the plot. I like the characters. I like the setting. I like where it's going. It's so enchanted. But it's like the writing is on and off. Like, it's on. Like, one moment the book's writing is amazing, and the next writing, the book, I'm just like, why am I even reading this book? Okay, like, why am I reading? Why am I reading? What am I reading for? And, like, they were just like, okay, well, if you get to page 150 and you still do not like it, then DNF it. So, we're going to push through to page 150 and see if I like it. If I don't like it, then I don't like it. If I do like it, then I'm going to continue. But honestly, I don't know, like, because, just sometimes you bear with the horrible writing because the book is amazing. Like, the plot and the story and the idea is amazing, but, like, I don't even know. Do I have a book? The Things We Leave Unfinished. That writing, I hated the writing of that book. I think I ended up hating the plot within the book, but, like, because the plot went nowhere after I pushed through it because I liked how the plot was going. But I pushed through that book because I liked the plot, and it was a 3-star for me. So maybe, we don't know, maybe this could be a 3-star for me, and I continue to go to the second book, and the third book comes out soon, which is why I want to start this series, because the third book comes out soon. I want to read the second book, and then read the third book, because I want to read, I want to read the series, I want to read the trilogy, or whatever it is, but, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna see if I can make it to page 150 before I DNF it. You guys know I don't DNF books. I just can't get through it, and I don't think it helps considering the length of this book. But I was just like, I don't know. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna see if I like it. We're gonna see if I like it. I can't keep doing this. I'm a bitch. I can't. Yo, I swear. I can't. I can't keep doing this. Page 90, bro. Okay. Okay, so I just finished chapter 10 and we're now on chapter 11, right? Um, I have a question. So it's like, I'm gonna go back and read it for you guys real quick. I have a question. So it is, I won't stop until I find out if the Fae can help. I absolutely refuse to let Easton die for nothing. For Easton, everything for Easton. Together forever. Like, wouldn't, I feel like if it were me, I have a plan to be like, okay, so we're gonna help the Fae out. You know, I'm gonna confess, like, yo, I am part of the royal family, but I'm here to help. I've been wanting to help for a while now, because I feel like when the people that healed her, like the little mermaids that healed her, have recognized like her ears, like the fact that she was not a fae, like I feel like that would have been pretty obvious. So I feel like everybody already knows that. But except for like this like girl, which we don't even know the name of. Like, why did we not get? Wait, we do know that her name is Hazel. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Hazel. I feel like Hazel might like be out of the loop, but I feel like a lot of people might already know she's originally a human because they healed her when she was in human form. No. I don't know, guys, but I feel like the plan would be like, yo, so like I'm gonna help you guys, but can you guys help me bring my friend back to life, my friend Easton? I feel like, these people have magic, they can heal, maybe they might be able to bring them back to life. So like, I would like, I don't know, why don't you just ask them like, yo, can you bring my friend Easton back to life? He died trying to escape and trying to come here. So can you guys like heal him? So and I'll help you guys in return. Like that would just be like a better, much more well thought out plan. No. I don't know. We're gonna continue. Chapter 11. And right now, from what I read after that part that made me cringe out, everything else after that was pretty good. I don't have any complaints right now, so I feel like I can continue. We're gonna see page 150 is the goal to see if I'm gonna DNF it or keep going. I'm happy because Tiffany Legan just posted. I might have to cut this clip. Like, I might have to stop the video here so I can go watch it because I don't have anything playing right now. But or we might have to go watch it while I read. We might have to watch it while I read, but yeah. It's getting better. I think I can read it. I think I maybe need to get in the zone of reading it. Like maybe that's what I needed to do. Cause I'm actually starting to love it. Like I'm actually starting to love it. Okay, I see you, Mads. I see you. But I have a theory. So here it says that Hazel said that she like cloaked them when like the beasts came by, right? And I'm about to say Hazel. Delilah thinks that, oh, like she was given these powers in these years when she arrived, because of the mermaids. But what if she's been a fae all along, but it just didn't activate till she got to the Faelands? Because, like, if you think about it, her father didn't want any mention of the faes. Her father didn't want any mention of the faes, and I feel like that's why, like, her mom is so lucid. Maybe, like, Delilah's real parents are fae. Maybe, like, Delilah's real dad is a fae. And that's why she lucid, and that's why she had the crystal in the first place. Y'all, we might be onto something. We might be onto something with this book. I think we might have to continue because this is good. Open your heart, Delilah. Goodness gracious, man, Rafferty, you've got me. You've got me. You've got me enthralled. Goodness gracious, I'm like literally enthralled right now. We have to continue. I'm gonna cut the camera because I want to finish the YouTube video I was doing. I'm gonna read while I do that. So I have no clue what. I think it's the next day. I don't know. I'm really tired. Okay. Right now I'm participating in a 24-hour readathon on Discord. I just want all of you to know that when it comes to later on in this readathon, I start being less interested in the book as we go because I've been reading for a very long time, for 24 hours straight. So it's nothing against this book. I was just too tired, and there are some things that I did. I've only participated, so like basically it's like 50 minutes each hour, and there's a 10-minute break in between. And I've only participated in 12 out of the 24. 13 out of the 24. This is my 13th one. 13 out of the 24. And I missed a lot of them because I was cooking dinner and stuff like that, so I didn't get to read. But now that I've gotten the chance to read, I've been sitting down and I've been reading Heir of Broken Fate. I was switching between this and Legendary, because in the server you're not allowed to mention any books that are like not YA. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a YA book so I can at least put like a YA book on the tracker so I can get some extra points since I have to put something on the tracker. And so I chose Finale because I really want to finish the series and continue with the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. And so I started Finale, but I was like, I told my moderators, I was like, okay, if I blur the cover from my tracker, can I put that on the tracker? And they were like, yeah. So I'm just continuing Heir of Broken Fate. And honestly, I feel like I had like the craziest theory. I was like, what if Luna was actually Delilah, right? But then I was like, wait, Luna died. Luna already died when she was, and she's buried, so it can't be Delilah. So I was just like, okay, I feel like it's definitely getting better. The writing is once again on and off, but it's not as bad as it was before. It's kind of just like one chapter is good and the next chapter is like it's mid. Before it was like it's like one paragraph's good, the next chapter is horrible, and the next one paragraph's good and the next paragraph is horrible. No, it's like it's getting progressively better. I'm enjoying myself a lot more. I'm on page 135. I do plan on continuing it. I don't think I'm gonna DNF it. I'm on chapter 16, and I just feel like I like the fact that Easton was like the powerhouse for her magic. Like at first I thought, before Easton died, I was like, what if Easton actually this entire time was in love with Delilah? But that dream came crumbling down the second he got killed and assassinated. So I was just like, okay, well, that's out the picture. But I'm just like, I don't like slow burns, and I'm just waiting for the male love interest to come in. Like waiting for the male love interest to come in, and I don't know, bruh. I swear, I don't even know who the male love interest is. I don't know. I just literally, I just want to get to that part, but I don't want to rush it. But I like the fact that Hazel like felt comfortable enough to like share with Delilah like things about Luna. Like I just felt like that was like such a, I keep saying like, I found that was such a beautiful scene that we got out of those two. Like, you know, we got a nice fluffy chapter, because you guys know I'm like, I'm all for the, don't give me them fluff, don't give me the fluff, right? But I was like, okay, I don't really mind the fluff today. Like the fluff is accepted, okay? Like it's accepted. And my hair's not ponytail because I'm not doing it today, y'all. I'm not. It's not even a ponytail. I put it in a bun. No, what I do is when you know, like in the part where you have to pull it out, like out of the, or like the hair tie, I stop midway and like make like this little like U in the back of the ponytail, which is like makes it really easy to manage. So that's what I do. It looks like a rat's tail, but it's okay, y'all. It's okay. I think I do continue. I plan on continuing this. Like, and by the way, the bookmark is not how much I read in total today. I just replace it each time because the spring you have to put in how many pages you read, and I just replace it each time, so it's like easy for me to count what pages I'm at. Anyways, I'm wasting time when I could be reading for the readathon, so we're gonna continue, y'all. You guys, I finished the book. Who cares? You guys are the sweetest. Oh wait, hold on. I just remember a video playing with the feet. I'm sorry. So I just finished Heir of Broken Faith and Mads Rafferty, and I was like, okay, well, I'm in a 24-hour readathon right now, so I can't exactly stop reading to record. So I went to go grab my manga because I was like, this is a good way to get some pages in before, because it's the last hour, because it's 11 p.m. and it ends at 12 a.m. So I was like, this is the perfect way to get in a good amount of pages, because I also have to add up the amount of pages that I finished for this. You know, so I was just like getting all these notifications, and like I was getting like people pinging me on Discord, and I was like, let's see, because I'm gonna, you know, guys, I mentioned Tiffany Legan earlier. She's a Discord server, and I'm one of the moderators, and I was like, oh, I'm getting a whole bunch of pings from the server, let me just make sure that there's nothing wrong going on the server, you know, and everything like that. And I literally am getting like the sweetest people ever. Like, I love your videos, watching them right now, where can I get your book? I just finished watching the video. I need it ASAP. I'm gonna save up for it. Just let me know where I can pre-order it. Let us know, Maddie. Let us know. Just know I'm watching all of these. I've been mentioning it since I found out. I love her so much already. She's so funny. Thank you. I can't stop smiling. Literally feels like I'm talking to you on the phone. Why am I just now finding out about this? I just went, uh-oh. My hair is a mess. I can't, you guys, I cannot stop smiling. Goodness, because I was like, I'm gonna pick up my manga and get some good pages in. I'm just like, let me check test service before I lock in with the book, and I can't stop smiling. Okay, I can't stop smiling. And I know like the past few clips have not been with the mic, so like I don't know how the audio is, but I just like, my mic is across the room, y'all. My mic is across the room. I've been in my bed since 5 p.m. I have only gotten up to use the restroom. I have not gone up for anything else, so you guys just have to understand. You guys, please, like literally, you guys are like the sweetest ever. Goodness, you guys are like the sweetest ever. You guys, I swear. I'm gonna react to your messages. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, so like I was saying, with this book, I don't have my tripod right now. I don't have time to do all that. I'm about to go to bed. It's literally 12 in the morning. I've been reading for 24 hours straight, but what I was saying earlier was, with this book, it's 500 pages long. This could have been 400 pages long, Mads. Let's be real. I mean, I got to page 400 and I was just like, okay, it's the same thing over and over again. We're leaving and we're doing the same thing over and over again. The only difference is now we have a Griffin with us, right? And so I was like, what if I just skipped like 78 pages, and I skipped 78 pages and I read from page 478 all the way to 500 plus whatever the last page was. And I got the same effect. I learned the same amount of information. My eyes are not strained, and I'm not tired, and I'm not angry with how it ended. I'm intrigued to know more. about the second book. I literally don't care about everything that happened before in the first book because I like literally like so much, honey, so much happened in this book, and a lot of it was unnecessary. Um, who names their child Knox? That's what his name is, right? Knox. I'm gonna knock at your door. I'm sorry, that's like so mean. Who named? I just genuinely want to know who came up with the name Knox for this book because honestly, I like they need to get fired, but they also need to get a raise because that's the only thing I was focused on this entire book. Like, who names their child Knox? You know? And I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I low key thought like Easton was gonna come back to life in this book. If Rafferty does not bring him back by the last book, we're gonna have issues. Like genuinely. And I thought we were gonna see like Anna, I think her name was Anna, I forgot. Hannah. Whatever her little like nurse name was, I thought we were gonna see her too. And I kind of like, I low key thought Hazel was like gonna be like behind it all, like that one scene where we walked in, it was like a bloodbath between all the guards, and like she was like, "Oh, Breach told me." I was like, "Oh, so like it was Hazel and it wasn't Hazel," and I was like, I was kind of like low key expecting Hazel to like be tricking her this entire time, but I guess not. I'm gonna overall rate this book 3 stars. I mean, this book was extremely repetitive. I saw the word purr in this book at least 37 times. It's just an estimate, y'all. It's just an estimate. But I saw it like 37 times, 40, 50, 60, 70. Honestly, it was really hard to get into. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like, it was really, really hard to get into. Like, I did not want to read this book. But once I picked it up, I couldn't put it down. Mainly because I had to read something for 24 hours straight for the readathon. I only read 18 hours. I just want you guys to know that. And I'm about to go to bed. So, but I should also let you guys know that. I could have finished this book earlier, but I decided I was like I'm gonna switch over to Legendary because the server only lets you can read, adult books in the server, but you cannot mention them in the server. And so I switched over to Legendary so I can get some extra points before reading a YA book and not Legendary, Finale. And it was okay. I put it down after like the fourth chapter and I walked away from my books. And I feel like maybe if I spent that hour, because it was like, so the way they had it set up, it was like 50 minutes, yeah, every hour, and there was like a 10-minute break in between, so like you could refresh before the next sprint. And I should spend like that 50 minutes. I guess you guys can tell how tired I am, but I should have spent the 50 minutes reading this because I could have finished this early and I could have been asleep by now. And then as for Legendary, like Finale, I think I only got like chapter 4, and I kept repeating the same paragraph because I was reading for a long time, y'all. I was reading for a long time. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I was reading for a very, very long time. Um, it's currently 12:30, 12:15 a.m. I've been laying in bed reading this book, since 5 p.m. I've only gotten up on the 10-minute breaks to use the restroom. I have not hydrated since 5 in the morning. So I'm gonna go get me some water and I'm going to brush my teeth and I'm going to go to bed. Forget washing my freaking face. I can do that in the morning. I'm going to bed because I gotta get up at 4 in the morning to go on a walk.